Hey guys, it's Roast here with a beginner's guide to Palia. Palia is a cozy MMO that is currently in closed beta and expected to release in a few months. I was lucky enough to get access to the beta, and I wanted to share what I learned. If you're new to the channel, make sure to like and subscribe, and consider supporting me via Patreon if you'd like to be thanked in every single video. I'll cover the basics of Palia, tips and tricks for each activity, how focus works, village reputation and quests, and then some things I did early on to progress quickly. For now, let's get started with the basics of the world of Palia. Palia is a world mostly free of humans. We went extinct a long time ago, and it just so happens that a local researcher found you. After a jaunt to the local village, you meet the townspeople, you're given basic tools, and you get a small plot of land on which you can build a farm and a house on. If you've ever played Stardew Valley, Harvest Moon, or Animal Crossing, you will feel right at home in Palia. There are systems like giving gifts and talking with villagers each day to progress your relationships with them. There are fun activities like fishing, catching bugs, and chopping trees. And your progression is tied largely to improving your equipment, decorating your homestead, and making all the villagers into your best friends. Now that you know the basics, let's talk about each activity in a bit more detail. Palia has 8 activities in total. Fishing, cooking, gardening, mining, hunting, bug catching, foraging, and furniture making. Each activity has an experience level of its own and is also tied to a specific villager who will get you recipes for that activity as you get better in it. Let's go in order, starting with fishing. Fishing is done by approaching any body of water and casting a line. Once a fish bites, you can reel it in. You can equip bait like worms if you choose, and fishing at different times, places, and with or without bait will get you different fish. If you hit a pool of bubbling water, you will get a golden fish that is worth extra and can be displayed in your house. Once you have leveled it up, you can talk to Einar, the fishing robot, in order to gain better rods and other fishing gear. Einar usually hangs out at this pool of water down over here. This is what he looks like.
Salutations.
Cooking takes the meat and veggies you gather and turns them into snacks, which give you extra focus. I'll explain more about focus later, but doing activities with focus gets you an XP boost. To start, cooking only uses the campfire, but eventually involves a stone, a prep board, and a mixing station. You can even cook with friends later on, and everyone who participates gets the same serving. As you level up cooking, you can talk to Reth in the village to get more recipes. Gardening will be your bread and butter in Palia. You can buy seeds and soil from Badru, the local farmer, and then till and water your crops. Palia also has a neat mechanic where when crops are next to different ones, they gain special bonuses. For example, crops next to tomatoes only have to be watered once every other day, and crops next to rice gain a quality boost. Weeds will also grow in your garden occasionally, and these will need to be removed in order for the plant to keep growing. Mining allows you to collect rocks and ores by breaking down open deposits around the world. Later, you'll need to use the smelter to turn these into bricks and ingots for constructing goodies. You'll talk to Hodari to get more recipes for that, and if you can't find him on the map, check out Bahari Bay. It's up at the top right, because his house is over there, and he's always over there and hard to find because of it. Hunting is the closest Palia gets to combat, so if you want to do that, make sure to pack a lot of arrows. For this, you use a bow, and you can make arrows from stone and logs right away. Hunting is important for getting materials like hide and meat for meals and for crafting later on. As you level up hunting, talk to Hassian, he's the guy with a dog, in order to get more recipes and better gear. Bug catching is similar to hunting in that you'll take smoke bombs and catch bugs with them. Different bugs spawn based on the area you're in and what time of day it is. And just like fish, they can be golden when you catch them so that you can display them in your house or sell them for extra gold. As you level bug catching, you'll want to talk to Ani in order to get more gear. It involves all the logging you do and gathering of wild plants. Lots of recipes early on rely on this foraging, so make sure to grab all the mushrooms and sprouts you can early on. Along with gathering plants, logging is used to level foraging and will allow you to gather larger trees and different kinds of wood as you level up. You can get a better axe by crafting recipes you get from Agura. Furniture making takes all the materials you gather and allows you to craft nice things for your home, like beds and chairs. This activity is mainly for just decoration, but it can still be lots of fun. A nice thing is that each time you craft a new item from a tier, it will allow you to unlock another item until you have them all. Talk to Tish if you want more recipes from new tiers and more styles. All of these activities grant XP and use a resource called Focus. When you start, Focus is capped at 150 and gives 20% extra XP for every activity as long as you have Focus. Focus is regained by eating food, and so it's usually good to carry some around with you. My first tip for this video is that Renown, the currency you get from talking to villagers and completing quests, can be spent by communing at the Phoenix and Dragon altars to increase either your maximum focus, for example mine's 300, or the amount of bonus XP you get, so I get 45% instead of 20%. If you don't know where those are, there'll be a story quest that will ask you to go to each of them that will unlock this feature. For now, let's move on to the villagers. In Palia, there are 23 different villagers you can meet and grow friendships with. A handful of them will even allow for romance options. You can improve your relationships by talking to them each day and giving them the gifts they ask for each week. Now, in a twist from Stardew Mechanics, each villager doesn't have a set item they always love and set items they always hate, but rather they will ask for 4 different things each week, and by giving them those objects, you get extra favor. In order to romance, you'll need to get a villager to 3 hearts or level 3 friendship, but make sure it's possible before you start down that path, because some characters aren't romanceable even though they should be. If you are still looking for more favor with them, occasionally villagers will give you quests, and when you complete these quests, you'll get a little bit of extra renown with each of them. Now that all that is out of the way, let's talk about tips and tricks to help you progress quickly. My first tip is to make sure your crop plots are always full. And I know I'm being terrible at this, but I'm lazy, alright? I've been playing too much WoW. Time is constantly going by in Palia. You can see up here, it's 8:22 p.m. At 6 a.m., the day cycle goes by. And for all of these places I don't have crops, I'm missing out on plants growing. You know, I'm missing out on rewards. In addition to that, try to plant your crops in a good way to maximize benefits. For example, keeping rice and wheat next to crops will boost their harvest amount, and then keeping cotton will boost the quality amount. And tomatoes are just nice because they grow repeatedly and they water nearby crops. My second tip is that if you're looking to make money quickly, either sit and fish next to someone because you get a buff for fishing near others, and it requires nothing in terms of coins or resources to start, or craft lots of arrows and hunt everything you can. Fishing is nice, like I said, because it costs nothing to start and brings in about 20 gold a fish, minimum. And hunting is nice because arrows are super cheap to make early on, and deer are plentiful and can drop up to 100 gold of items if you are lucky. That's per deer, or Sarnak. My third tip is to build a second smelter. Here's my first one, and here's my second one, and potentially 2 sawmills. Now I had to get rid of one of them for this worm farm, but building 2 of each of those helps you out a lot because while it's a little expensive early, the time gating for copper and ceramic bars really kills you early on. Speaking of, my fourth tip is to save all the materials for your house and put them in right before you go to bed or log off for the day. And this is because when you complete building your house or the blueprint of it, you didn't actually complete it. You start an 8-hour countdown, and after that, you get this nice fancy house. So, make sure you put in your materials at the end of a day and not right when you're logging in, because it takes 8 real-life hours, not these sped-up ones, real-life hours, for you to actually get your house built. And my 5th tip for Palia is to have fun and explore. And I know this seems cliche, but there are tons of things hidden all over the world, like quests and cooking recipes. I just got this cooking recipe today by going in someone's house, and it was like, hey, do you want to know how to make loaded baked potato soup? Here's how you make that. So have fun with the game and don't go too crazy with min-maxing, alright? It's a cozy, relaxed MMO. It's not meant to be hardcore grinded. I mean, you can do that, but like, chill out, have fun, okay? I really enjoyed my time in the Palia beta, and I'm really excited for release. If you see this video and still want to join the closed beta, if it's still around, check out the link I've got in the description below, and I'm gonna cross my fingers and hope you get picked. If you enjoyed this and want to see more content, make sure to like and comment below what you want to see. Do you want more Palia guides? Do you just want Palia content? Do you want to see me fish for, I don't know, 3 hours a day? You know, tell me what you want to see next. A huge thanks to my patrons as always, but until next time, keep it beefy, boys.
Hello there.